What is harmony? For me, I've realized it's living just outside your comfort zone. If you're too comfortable, there's no growth. If you're too uncomfortable, you might feel overwhelmed or feel the need to withdraw from whatever it is that you're doing. On this episode, I'll explore what it means to live just outside your comfort zone and how it's helped me to grow and develop in my own personal life. I've changed a lot over the years, and I'd like to think in many ways for the better. I'm always pushing myself to be uncomfortable as a means for growth. To start off, I want to discuss the first question you're probably asking yourself. Why would I want to seek discomfort? What's the importance behind living just outside your comfort zone? It's a reasonable question. It's one that hasn't been too hard to answer for myself in recent years because I can just reflect back and see how much my life has improved by being willing to embrace discomfort and ultimately leave my comfort zone. For others, this might not be as obvious. Maybe you have been living just inside your comfort zone for quite some time, feeling safe, secure, and you've never even considered leaving. And maybe it's when you think about a job that's okay or just good enough, or that apartment that you rent where, well, it's all right, and you're content and moving sucks, and it's better to just stay comfortable with what's easy. It might even be with relationships. It might be as simple as the discomfort you feel when greeting the random person at the front desk or the familiar face of the gym. Better to just keep it casual. You wouldn't want to maybe make it awkward or go too uncomfortable by deviating from the norm. Maybe this is even with someone that you like. You see them in passing, but you don't want to leave your comfort zone and take the chance and ask them out. There's a funny meme that always plagues my Instagram feed, which from time to time, as I see come up, the crush at the gym. And the two crushes walk by each other and it proceeds to be this time lapse of these two individuals walking by each other, glancing down, occasionally glancing towards each other, maybe even exchanging a warm smile. And that's it, over the span of 2 years. So what does this have to do with anything? And why should we live just outside our comfort zone? I can tell you from personal experience that leaving your comfort zone has led to some of the greatest friendships and experiences in my entire life. There's a caveat here. I don't want you to think that you need to be so uncomfortable that it overwhelms you and leads to the same result: inaction. One can be led inactive and complacent through staying comfortable, but the same thing is true for someone who seeks to make too big of a leap and feels stifled by the crippling fear and anxiety. Here's the other caveat. No matter what, you're going to feel the fear and anxiety. These are normal emotions. I've learned that the greatest, smartest, most successful people still feel fear, but they learn how to act despite it. They learn to channel it as energy. Some withdraw from it, while others use it as energy to drive them forward. So, what's so great that's going to come from getting outside your comfort zone? When I moved to community college from high school, I sought after discomfort. I thrived off of it. I was on a mission, and I wanted to be successful by whatever definition of success that I had at the time. And I was a small fish in a big pond, being community college. I didn't know anybody. And sure, the occasional high school classmate who was in other classes would pass by, but I was the new kid on the block, and I was anxious, nervous, and fearful of what was to come. But I learned to embrace that fear and to channel it. When I got clear on what I wanted to do and how I was going to get involved in college, I threw myself into honors courses where I met some of the greatest students and professors that really impacted my life in a positive way. I jumped into peer mentoring, I explored joining Student Senate, I built seminars to help students to learn how to transfer out of community college and onto other colleges and universities. All those things came with stepping out of my comfort zone and being willing to lose sight of the shore in order to discover new oceans, as the quote goes. Those nervous, uncomfortable conversations, emails where I occasionally felt imposter syndrome, connections, after-school events where I'd show up alone and not know anybody, led to some of the best connections and personal growth of my life. It fueled my confidence and it greatly enhanced my life. And this became true when I transferred to Babson College as well and left my hometown. I landed on campus, and again, with a little bit of imposter syndrome, not knowing anybody, and just being that new kid who was on a mission to learn, connect, and grow, I found myself again here out of my comfort zone. Every time I've embraced something new and stepped out of my comfort zone, it's led to some of the greatest connections and personal growth in my life. Whether it's been my college experience and the friendships that came from that, joining the boxing gym, learning to salsa dance, and even joining a dance team and performing all around Boston, All this came with anxiety and discomfort. But by living just outside my comfort zone, I've had some of the greatest experiences that continue to help me to learn and grow in my everyday life. And it's always a reminder whenever I'm feeling anxious or nervous that so many of these great things that await in my life are just on the other side of a little bit of discomfort. You can start small and build off of this. It might just be speaking to that stranger at the front desk at the gym or your office space. It might be sharing a conversation or a thought with a stranger next to you at the coffee shop. It might be showing up at the art gallery that you always wanted to check out, but none of your friends ever showed interest in going with you, and you decide to just do it alone. Embrace the discomfort, and you'll begin to adjust your baseline for how much discomfort you can actually handle while keeping it all together. I hope you'll all take a little bit away from this and embrace your own levels of discomfort and find the growth that you might be looking for in your own life that comes from getting out of your comfort zone and living just a little bit outside of that comfort zone.